Guys, value guard, someone under 4,500. I mean, Nick, I'm looking here. Patty Mills, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Kevin Huerter, Cam Payne. Who do you like?
Well, Herter's one of the guys on my list. I think 4,200 remains a pretty good deal for a guy who is kind of the obvious villain with DeAndre Hunter out long term. And obviously Atlanta has other options. They're so deep. But he's played 32 and 34 minutes in his first two games, filling in for Hunter. Again, at 4,200, I think you're still getting a steal on his potential upside. And then going back to that Memphis-Utah game, yeah, this isn't a great matchup for the Grizzlies, especially if they're shorthanded without two key pieces in Brooks and Melton. But that could pave the way for a guy like Tyus Jones, who's down at 3,400, to see a few more minutes in this game. And he's already put up 23 and 26 DraftKings points, respectively, over his last two games, despite those guys being in the lineup and despite Jones playing fewer than 20 minutes in each of those games. So even if you tack on, 4, 5, 6 more minutes for Jones, that could pay dividends.
Matt, who stands out to you?
So Nick mentioned Tyrese Maxey already, and that's a game where we actually do have some injury news we're waiting on. It's the one at this point, I think, with relevant, uncertain news, with Tobias Harris still being questionable. So if he's out, Furkan Korkmaz is guard and forward eligible, but he's only 3,900. And we saw Korkmaz actually do really well for a long stretch of games while Harris was out. Embiid's been out. Obviously, Ben Simmons hasn't been playing. Matisse Thybulle is back, but this is his first game back. I think he was out with COVID, so he's likely on a minutes restriction. I think if Harris doesn't play, Korkmaz almost certainly starts, and that's way too low of a price tag for him. We'll just have to kind of wait and see what happens with the Sixers later tonight. They're in Sacramento. That is a very late game.